Hi, Luke from Korg here, and today we're looking at our Volca Nubass. This is our vacuum tube powered analog bass synthesizer with 16-step sequencer built in. So let's dive in and have a listen. So as you can see, normal Volca format, which means we've got a chromatic keyboard here. We can play our sounds that way, which is cool. And of course you've got a Midi in, so you can connect an external keyboard if you want to, but it's got a sequencer in there. So let's play back a sequence and then I can start showing you some of the parameters and how they affect the sound. So we've just got a 1-bar loop there playing, as you can hear. We've got a 24 dB ladder filter in here. So that allows you with a cutoff there to change the tone. So make it brighter or more mellow. You've also got a peak or resonance setting here, which brings in higher frequencies. And if we really crank that, you start getting some really nice harmonics. But we've also got an envelope, so that really helps with the filter to give it some more dynamics. So let's turn up the EG intensity, that's envelope generator intensity there, and press play again. And then once I start changing the decay setting, you'll hear the sort of things you can get going. So around that sort of area, you get some nice kind of squelchy sounds. You can change the attack as well. You can also put it into a full sustain mode. So then the decay knob has no effect. And all the notes will be fully sustained. We've also got a sub oscillator built in as well, and that's produced via the vacuum tube as well, using the new tube technology. So in order to bring that in, you can just bring up this knob here, this sub oscillator, so you'll hear the difference as soon as I start cranking that. And you also see it light up brighter here in the actual new tube. And you can adjust the amount of saturation with that sub oscillator as well. So that's with it, that's without it, that's with it. So it really gives a lot more bottom end there, as you can hear. So another couple of features it's got are drive and tone. So let's select a different memory this time. I'm going to go for memory 4, one of the presets. Press play. So what the drive does is it adds overdrive. So as I bring that up, you'll hear it starts to get a little bit more aggressive in nature and overdrive. Or if I take it off, it softens it down. And then you've got the tone, which takes out high frequencies and smooths off the sound a little bit. So you can leave that obviously any way you want. You've also got LFOs built in as well with 3 destinations. So you've got cutoff, pitch and amp as well. So that's effectively the volume as well. So you can very easily just turn those on by holding down function there, pressing cutoff for example. So you got that nice cutoff effect, and then you can use these knobs here to adjust the intensity and also the rate. So let's send it to pitch instead. Obviously lots of pitch deviation there, but if I turn down the intensity, you can just get some nice modulation going. Or let's send it to the amp. And you've also got 2 different LFO waveforms as well. So I can put it onto a square wave. And then you can change the rate, of course. Okay, so you've already heard a couple of the patterns in here, but let's learn how to make your own. You've actually got 16 slots to save into, 10 are preloaded, but you can overwrite all of them. So to clear the pattern that's in there, hold down function and press the last key there, just like on all the other Volcas, and now we're ready to record. You've got two choices on how to record. You've got step record and real-time record. Let's start off with step recording. So function record, and you can see it says step record there in the screen. It's waiting on step 1 for me to tell it what note to play. So as soon as I start stepping in notes, you'll see it stepping along. If I want to miss out steps, just press record. And then we finished our pattern, so press play. If you want to overdub that with some real-time recording, in terms of notes, you can just press record there. So I've overdubbed now what I had originally, and knock it out of record. And you've got these really useful modes here you can use: transpose, accents and slides. So if you're going to transpose mode, I can transpose these steps up the octave, or even up 2 octaves if it's flashing, or if it's off then it stays the same pitch. You can also randomize that. Function transpose will randomize that, which is really handy. Same thing with the accents. So let's put a few random accents in. So you can hear those accents spiking out, and then this dial here is how much of that accent you want. You can also hold it to do a double kind of strength accent. There we go. And we can randomize that as well. It's quite nice. So we'll stick with that. Onto the slides. You can start doing that kind of 303 like joining of notes. And again, you can randomize that. That's quite nice again. A nice kind of accident there. If you press step mode, it'll show you how many steps are playing in that pattern. You can see that's the one we did a rest on. Or you can take more steps out. We'll put them back in. You've also got active step if you hold down function and press that button. So this is how many beats in that particular bar. So at the moment we've got 16 steps or 16 semiquavers. I can take out some to change the time signature. 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So and you can get some really nice irregular type signatures like this as well. So which can create like cyclic changes over time when you're playing with other gear, which is really good. Put it back into 4/4. We've also got motion sequencing built in. So what that means is by turning it on here, I can record actual physical motions of these controls into the sequence as well, which is again great for expression. So let's get the pattern going back again. So if I wanted to change some stuff with this decay, I can just hit record and record that into the pattern. And we know it's recorded because that starts lighting up. We could also bring in the sub-oscillator as well for part of the pattern. You can really see the YouTube lighting up when I bring that in as well, which is nice. Once you finish your pattern and you're happy with it, you can save it really easily. Function memory will take you into write mode, and you can save it into any of these 16 slots. So as you can see, I've brought in some other equipment here to show you some of the connections. The first thing I want to show you is a sync connection. So you get this sync cable included, which is really cool, and that means you can synchronize the timing between 2 different Volcas or other Korg gear as well. So I've got my patterns playing here, but as you can hear, they're completely different tempos. But as soon as I go out the sync out of the Volca Nubass into the Volca sample, they'll be in synchronization. And then I can set the tempo here, because this one is the master. And the Volca sample there is following, as you can hear. So we've also got swing built in. So that means you can create different kind of note values and dotted flavors to your patterns. We've got it in the Volca sample, but we've also got it in the Volca Nubass as well. So start our pattern. So this is completely straight, as we call it here. As I dial in the swing, you'll hear it gets more of a kind of dotted feel, and you can see the parameter there. It went up to number 25. So I can do the same thing on my Nubass by holding function and tempo. I can dial in my swing. So then now I've got that nice kind of bounce to them. If I want to turn it off, now we're back to a straight pattern again. We've also got step jump as well, and that's a really handy feature. That enables you to repeat any of the notes in the pattern or multiple notes as well. So I can get it going like before, put it into step jump mode, just repeat a single note or multiple notes together. It's great for fills. As you can see, I've also got a keyboard here because this has a Midi in, so I can connect a Midi jack into the Volca Nubass. It's going out to USB through a Midi USB host here, back in via Midi, and that now means that I can play the sounds of this from this keyboard. And of course I can still manipulate the notes here. And if I've got controllers on my keyboard, I can control those as well by mapping them. So this modulation wheel here is controlling the peak, for example, on the Volca Nubass. So other connections you've got on here, you've got your power, of course. Now we're powering via batteries, but you can get an optional power supply. That's a KA350 UK power supply. Or you could use a Volca mix, which will merge the audio signals of 3 Volcas together and also power them simultaneously. So to get the audio out of the Nubass, we've got a mini jack, and we're connected to our sound system today via that, but you could use headphones in that same connection, or if nothing's connected to it, you've got a speaker underneath and you hear the sounds through there. So there you go, that's the Volca Nubass. Go and check it out.